Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and nostalgic peeps, to my channel, Slime and Slashers, where, yeah, we talk about everything from Nickelodeon slime to horror movie slashers, but plenty of stuff in between, but mostly books. Today's video, though, it is a book-themed video. It is a special thematic reading vlog where I will be reading for Escape the Readathon, of which I am a co-host. I am a co-host of Team Film Crew, but this is no ordinary Escape the Readathon Black Cat Carnival reading vlog. No. This is a copycat themed reading vlog in which I will be reading books that my co-team leader, Kitty, from Spicy Cats Reads, has rated 5 stars and enjoyed. So I am reading like Kitty for this very special thematic installation of my copycat reading vlog series where I read like my favorite authors and like my favorite booktubers. So this is my first booktube themed one in terms of concentrating on a wonderful booktube favorite of mine, which is Kitty. And I'm so pumped and excited. All right, without further ado, we will get into the details later. And you will also see me traveling, by the way. I will be traveling to Orlando in this vlog, and also to Jacksonville, and then back to Orlando, and then back to home. So enjoy the shenanigans, whatevs, and enjoy the reading, and you'll have to wait and see to see what books I end up digging into. Dun dun dun! Welcome back. Before I throw to old Kelsi, because this is future Kelsi, I do want to say that Kitty and I know that we intersect sometimes, but not all the time. So I think that this vlog will be very interesting. Keep in mind, not every book I'm reading is one of Kitty's favorites. These are just books that she has rated 5 stars and has enjoyed and I've heard her talk about. There may be one book included in this vlog that is an all-time favorite book series of hers, but you'll have to wait and see. All right, without further ado, now let's go to Past Kelsi. We should be in the vlog.
Yeah, should I?
No thumbs up? Cool. Yeah, it's bad. Hello! I'm checking in. Sorry for the weird lighting. Paul and I are actually at his friend Trace's house in Orlando, Florida. So we're in the guest room right now. They're getting ready. We're going to go to a brewery, but I did want to check in and give you a reading update. This is, as I guess future Kelsi has told you, the Read Like Kitty vlog, where I am reading like my wonderful friend Kitty, who I love and adore, but we have very different reading tastes. So the first book that I chose to start is, I was going to say it's the one I'm most nervous about, but that's not true. I'm nervous about all 3 of the books, but this one's definitely not 100% my style. So it's called Gideon the Ninth, and it's a dark fantasy book, and she didn't even know, but we were on sprints together on her channel, and her and a whole bunch of people were talking about Gideon the Ninth, and they were like, it's confusing. Someone DNF'd it in those sprints. Kitty didn't say too much about it. I don't think it's one of her favorite books ever. The reason I chose it is because actually I saw it on her read list and she gave it 5 stars, and I actually had it on my TBR already from back when I first became a big reader a couple of years ago. I wasn't as seasoned as I am now in knowing what I like to read, so I was kind of just adding things that I had been finding through internet searches, like books like this or books with occult themes, stuff like that. And it definitely has some occult vibes, but definitely more fantasy leaning than horror leaning. At first, the first 10%, I was like, oh God, how am I going to do this? I don't understand anything. This is so confusing. The audiobook narration's kind of like proper and British, and I'm scared. But slowly, the next 10% or 15%, when I got to about 23%, I was feeling lots better. I was like, okay, I think I like this. I think I like the characters. I still don't understand the magic and stuff that's going on, but I'm liking the vibes more. And from what I understood from the convo on Sprints, to which I kept my mouth shut. I was like, I'm not going to say that's the book I'm reading or one of the books I'm reading. Funnily enough, they also mentioned another book I'm reading, which is Dark Matter. I'll be starting that later because I've got the hold in from Libby just like a day ago. But I'm concentrating on Gideon the Ninth right now, which I'm actually buddy reading with Christine from Secrets Read. She kind of feels the same way as me, but she's more used to fantasy. So at first she was struggling. And also there's a mix between, there's dark, imagery, but also there's light kind of flippant language, like,
oh, this guy's a dickbag or a douchebag or something.
Anyway,
eat a bag of dicks and stuff like that.
Like, that's sprinkled in throughout the book as well, and it's very weird and hard to get used to, the clashing of that with, like, the dark fantasy elements, and it's just very strange. Like, that seems very Earth-like, but everything else seems very otherworldly, in terms of the story and the fantasy. So anyway, it took a little while to get used to for both me and Christine, but now I'm actually 50% in, and I was really liking it last night. I read like 25% all at once last night, and I was having a good time. I was rooting for the friendship between this main character, Gideon, and this necromancer empress lady. I forgot her name. Harrow is her nickname. Anyway, they hate each other, or they started hating each other, but now they seem like they're getting along a little bit better. Can I tell you what the actual plot is about? They're all competing for this thing, to be this thing. They gotta pass all these tests and get these keys. Whatevs. I'm enjoying it is the important thing. The characters are likable, and the world is interesting. So that is my update for now. I have a lot further to go, and we will see what I will end up thinking as we go along. But I'm going to take you guys on my travels. I'm going to go to breweries. We'll see where we'll end up. Say something, do something.
There's Trace, our host.
Oh, hey. I knew we were doing a video.
Yeah,
you taking a picture?
It's a vlog. Got the goods. Got the goods. Right, Paul?
Yeah.
I'll show you what I got real fast. Cinema roll with tons of icing. Paul, tell them about what you got. Brisket.
Brisket and egg taco.
Yes.
I think we should tell people I don't really need a cinnamon roll. I don't know which one's got the most frosting.
I also got my freaking roasted nuts, cashews, pecans, and almonds.
It's like the end of the earth here.
I know. Anyway, we're driving home, so this is our last adventure for this time. Jackson's home. Dun 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 dun! I am back home. I am back home. I'm really excited. All right, so we just got back from our little road trip. Paul and I, my boyfriend, we went to Orlando. Then we went up to Jacksonville. Then we went back down to Orlando. Then we went back home. So that was kind of like the trajectory of the trip. And sorry, I've got my hair wet again. Why do I always do updates with my hair wet and looking ridiculous and bad? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just I forgot to film before I exercised and showered, and now here we are and I look disheveled, but it is what it is, you know. What can you do? But I do have updates. First, I finished Gideon the 9th, and I have really mixed feelings about this because I ended up really loving the characters, specifically Gideon and Harrow, and how their friendship evolved through the entire story. However, the magic really never made sense to me. There was large info dumps towards the end of the book, and Kitty gave this 5 stars. She loved how it focused on, you know, female characters and how Gideon was badass, at least from what I gathered from her review from a couple of years ago. And again, I said this in my other check-in, I'm not sure this is an all-time favorite of hers. I just picked books that I think I would have liked and that she had given 5 stars. So this was one of those books that met that criteria. Doesn't mean it was one of her all-time favorites or anything. Then I also started and finished another book, but before I get to that book, you saw me read a little bit of, let me grab it, it's actually in my Pee-wee's Playhouse book bag, which was what I used to travel, pack and stuff. I hope it's in here. Yes, okay, good. So on a whim, I purchased Garlic and the Vampire because I thought it would be great for Escape the Readathon, you know, a short, quick, cute read. And I know Kitty has read this and loved it. It was in my possibilities, my pile of possibilities for this vlog because I knew she loved this little graphic novel. And I had a feeling I would love it and think it was super cute too, so I didn't feel like it was too big of a gamble to just buy a physical copy. So it came in before we left and I brought it with me. You know, I didn't have any plans to read it, but in the car, just one of our long drives, one of our little driving sessions, I decided to pick it up and it was so cute. It was definitely 5 stars. It's so adorable. It's about this little garlic. Her name is Garlic, and one day a vampire moves in and all the other vegetables and fruits are like, you should go check if it's a danger to any of the people in town because you're garlic and vampires don't like garlic. And she's scared, but she does it anyway. So I don't know, it's a cute little tale of friendship and overcoming your fears. It was so cute. Alright, so now for the other big update, which was I started and finished Dark Matter. It read so quickly. This was insane. So I mouthed last night, I think it was last night, I did a little clip and I was like, I'm loving it! And yes, nothing changed. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. This is definitely probably going to be the biggest success of the vlog. But I don't know, I still have one more book and I'll talk about that in a second, but this blew me away. And I'm not going to get into the synopsis of the plot because I think if you're one of the few people that doesn't know the story of this book, I think a lot of people do, even if they haven't read it. But if you're one of those few who haven't read this and don't know the story, I would just go in blind. I kind of went in blind, and I think that was the way to experience this. So I'd rather not give you a synopsis or any kind of info about the plot itself. But what I do want to say is why I liked a story that had science in it like this much, much more and way more than a story like Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary, I gave, I think, a 3-star, but then I lowered it to a 2.5. I did not have fun. Too much science. This, it was like a little bit of science, 10% science, which I understood. And the rest was human emotion. It was also very action-packed, very tense, kind of had some thriller elements, and I'm not even that big of a fan of thrillers, but in this case it worked because you were attached to the main character, and you cared about what happened to him, and you felt the agony he was feeling about being displaced. That's all I'll say. Anyway, I had the feels while reading this. It made me deeply think about this. And I picked this book, by the way, because Kitty actually read this for Escape the Readathon last year, and she did a wonderful vlog, and her vlog is so good. If you have not watched her vlog where she read this, oh, it was so powerful, and she made me want to read it so bad. She, like, had all kinds of epiphanies while she was reading it. It was like, you know, it made me think that I am glad about the choices I've made in my life to get to where I am. Because, you know, this book kind of makes you realize that every decision in your life could have resulted in you being a completely different person, and your life unfolding in a completely different way. Just even one thing that you did, if you had changed what you did or changed your decision on something, it could have had a really big impact on your life. So I think that's so fascinating, and I could see why Kitty was so touched by this book, because I also really loved it and ended up giving it 5 stars. But I'm gonna link her vlog below in case you missed it, because it's such a great vlog. Alright, and before I tell you about what book I'm gonna end with, and I'm hoping to start and finish it tonight, I did want to show you a close-up of the wrestling belt I made for Film Crew from last year. So Kitty and I, if you guys missed it, we did a special intro for both of our TBRs, and we spoofed wrestling intros. So I'll put it in here because it's so good. If you already saw it, I apologize, but here it is.
On her way to the ring, the defending and reigning champion from 2023 Escape the Readathon, Kitty Taker. Film Crew won the 2023 Escape the Readathon battle. They are back to defend their titles. One half of the tag champs for the co-hosts, Kitty, showing off her title, and now she will make her way down to the ring. And announcing Kelsi Cena, the other half of the reigning, defending 2023 Escape the Readathon champs. She's here to say that you might not see her, but she can see you. Film Crew can see you, but you can't see us.
So she spoofed The Undertaker's intro, and I spoofed John Cena's intro because you can't see me, and Film Crew is all about creeping and peeping, and we can see you, but you can't see us. That's the idea. Anyway, this is the close-up of the belt I made. I used, like, silvery pen. It's not really a glitter pen, but it was like a gel pen, and gold pen, and gold glitter, and I had cut out just, like, a piece of cardstock in a shape that was kind of like a wrestling belt, and I put it on one of my regular belts. So it's just like taped on the back here to a belt. It's fallen off now. In fact, I want to either take the tape off or put another piece of cardboard on the back of it, because I'd really love to put it in my journal somehow. See, this is the size of my journal here, and here's the championship belt. Isn't it cute? I love it so much. I really do love it. I think it came out really cute. I'm very much not talented, but it somehow worked. So this is actually, like, I didn't draw this, but it's printed out and put on here, and then I colored over my printout. Same thing, I printed out these words and colored it. You could probably tell that because it's not really, I didn't have good glue when I was making this. This took like 3 hours to make, so we worked really hard on those intros, but I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of the close-up of it. Anyway, last book is going to be Ice Planet Barbarians, which is one of Kitty's favorite things ever, is the Ice Planet Barbarians series. So, although Gideon the Ninth wasn't one of her all-time favorites that I know of, anyway, I think it was just a book she gave 5 stars, this one is a book that is near and dear to her heart, so I'm kind of nervous. And I'm going to be listening to that on audio tonight as I diamond paint now that we're back home, and I will have to come in with the final update for you guys, because I think that's where I'm going to end the vlog, because that will be 4 books read, 2 5 stars, and I think for Gideon the Ninth, I'm settling on a 3-star because I just did not understand the magic. I was really confused. Although I love the characters, and that's the strong point of it for me, I think it's going to be a 3. But still, there were some enjoyable parts, but I did struggle in some areas in terms of just wondering what the hell was going on. But 2 5s and a 3, and we will see where this last book lies in terms of rating. Will I love it? Will I just think it's okay? Will I hate it? I hope not. I have liked monster romance books before, and monster smut books. Satan, most notably, by Layla Faye, I think. That one was really fun, and it had, like, some depth of emotion. So if this has depth of emotion, I think I could like it. And, like, an actual connection between the characters, and some kind of depth to the romance. We'll see. I'm scared! I'm scared, Kitty! I love you, no matter what happens. I love you. And I hope you still love me after this is all said and done. I'm so scared. I'll check in with you guys later. Film crew Kelsi here to give you a little update. You better watch out, we be peeping, we be creeping on the rest of the carnival. Anyway, Lexie has told me that it is safe to reveal that there is one game that every single team has gotten to. And that is your special update from Film Crew Kelsi. Good luck, everyone. Not really, just good luck, film crew. Yeah. It is the next day. I am back, and I finished the last book. So I finished Ice Planet Barbarians, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was sweet. It was fun. It was like a little popcorn read. I'm not giving it 5 stars, so I don't love it as much as Kitty. And there's only really one reason that I didn't absolutely love it, is because anytime a romance hints at, like, family or kids, like, that part, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, never mention kids. Get out of here. Like, kids, babies, whatevs. That's not my jam. Hopefully that's not a spoiler. I don't really know what is considered a spoiler in romances, so I'm so sorry if that is a spoiler, but as soon as that part was brought into it, I was like, yeah, like, no. But I still really liked the chemistry between the main character, which is a woman, and she has been abducted by another group of aliens. Her and a whole bunch of other human females have been abducted. They crash land on this planet, and one of the Ice Planet Barbarian dudes finds her and falls in love with her. There's specific things of why, but anyway. And I really liked her a lot, the main character, the main woman protagonist. Her name was Georgie, or Georgie. That's how the alien was saying it. The audiobook was great. So I had a really good time. 4 stars. Solid. Except for the kids. Get out of here, kids. Get out of here. I'm so sorry. I'm not a big kid person. So, like, get out of here. Otherwise loved. You know, in terms of, like, the chemistry and the story behind everything, very cool. And I liked how there was an actual story. It wasn't just smut. So, it was good. I enjoyed, and I think this is a success. So to recap, I'm very excited about this. 2 5 stars, a 4 star, and a 3 star. I think that's actually pretty good, and really, I was kind of worried because I love Kitty, but her and I, out of all of my friends, I think we have the most different reading tastes. We don't always align. However, I think we do intersect in terms of our taste at some points here and there. So, woot woot! So pumped, so hyped. By the way, just one more reminder, please check out Kitty's channel, and also go film crew! Kitty is amazing. I just adore her. I think she's one of the nicest, coolest, funniest people on earth. And if you have not checked out her booktube, you are missing out. So come on, what are you waiting for? Check her out. And I'm so glad I did my first non-author related copycat vlog. I think it was a success, and I can't wait to do more. So, woo! Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, but for this time, that's it for me. Till next time, you guys know what you can do. Keep on killing it. Bye, guys.